Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. So how does old, old customs and superstitions and witch doctors and people that was in the old part of Madagascar? Because at one time, I understand, you got people that would do talismans, and you got some people to help out with spells and things like that. So I know that that's not as commonplace now, but evidently in some of the clans that still plays a big part of their culture.
Yes, exactly. In fact, what we can say is that before the Christianity, we Madagascan people, we had our own religion,
Okay.
which is it's a kind of ancestor veneration, but we call it Sampi, to Sampy. It's like, so it consists of believing in the power of the nature. Like this specific tree, for example, it has the power to protect you from lightning, for example, or it has the power to protect you from being cursed by somebody, for example, if you keep a piece of it on you. Um, I would say that it's so when the Christian people came, of course, it was so it didn't match with their dogma. They say that no, no, this is so you should follow
Christianity.
Christianity, Jesus Christ. So many people started to drift to Christianity. That was back in the 1820s. So many people started to drift to Christianity, and many of them, let's say, started to, let's say, to change their belief, their religion, because for us, the Sampi was our religion. But I can say that until now, there are still people who who are very in it. Like they are still very keen on the traditional practice. Like we call it magic spell. In the countryside, for example, when you like if you are sick, for example, your first reflex would be to go see a shaman instead of going to see a doctor, which makes sense too because some places are very remote
Hmm.
and they don't have hospitals or clinics. But the nearest person to, let's say, to go to the nearest place to go to is the shaman's house because he's somebody from the village. So you go there first, and they still do the what we call the magic, actually magic spell. Like they would ask you like, what's wrong? Let's say I feel I feel a sort of pain in my chest, for example. And then the shaman would consult somebody, would call on some spirits. Like, okay, so this person, something is wrong in his chest. So could you tell me what should I do to him or her? So it's like the spirits, it can be a spirit or spirits coming to him, inhabit him or her, and give him the power to know like which pieces of wood to combine and then to give to the patient.
Hmm.
And
From what I
that's
understand, they sometimes use a zebu horn
yes,
and
yes,
put it in the end, and they wear it around their neck.
yes. That it still happens, especially when it comes to yeah, people who want to protect themselves from bullets, for example, from sharp things, from pointy things, from any metal weapons. They have the Zebu horn. They put a few things in there. Sometimes you see scissors, for example. You see needles. You see little pieces of wood in there. Maybe a little bit of red cloth, like a piece of textile, right? And then they would wear it, and then they believe that it's gonna protect them from all of those things that I mentioned. Uh, in fact, there is no way to prove, but a it's still a prevalent belief in
That's one of those
many
policies
places.
where if you survive, well, it must have worked. You
Yeah,
know,
and if you don't,
if you don't, you won't know about it.
yeah, yes, maybe somebody must have cursed you if it doesn't work or if it didn't work. they will think like, ah, somebody must have, let's say, I don't know what would be the word in English, but somebody must have ruined
Hmm.
the power of the magic spell by
Yeah.
doing
But
something.
you can ask for these spells with these shamans to go and have a love spell for somebody, or
Yes.
actually get them to put something on your enemy as well too. Yes.
Yes, it still happens in many places, in many remote places. It still happens. Many young people, for example, believe that, yeah, if there is a young lady I like or I love, for example, but she doesn't, I can curse her, and then I go see a shaman, and the shaman can give me something so that she can. It's like she is going to be forced to love me back. We still have those things. Or if I hate somebody, for example, I go see a shaman and I tell him to curse the person, and we even believe that the shaman can send mosquitoes, for example, or flies, and then to do the job. We
Hmm.
still have those things, or maybe a snake can do that.
Or destroy their crops.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's very interesting. But again, we yeah, I think if we talk about the proof, like, is it possible to have a very well established proof that it's true? I think it remains a big question mark. Like, can we really prove that if somebody is protected from bullets, for example, can we try? Can we try to get the person, let's say, stand there, and then somebody else is gonna give a shot, and let's see if the person doesn't die. Yeah, we we have uh, we've never tried that, but still, that belief is still very, very
Maybe
still valid.
Intrepid will start visiting some of these places so we can talk to some of these shamans
Yeah.
somewhere down the road. That would be
Yeah,
kind
that
of
would be
very
nice.
interesting to do.
Yeah.
We were in Central American when the Intrepid trip, and we went to see a shaman, and he was but pretty much blessing everybody and giving us a good passage and things like that. But that was actually part of the Intrepid tour, was to go and visit the shaman in this village in Central America. So it was very interesting, and the stuff he drew out with markings, and he had paste and different types of flour and stuff that he would put out, and different materials, feathers and things like that. It was impressive. He did an impressive job
Yeah.
with it, I thought. So doing that. The other question that I got, I guess, to fill back up is we talked about the Zebu situation and some of what was the two clans. It was one clan that we are having they're basically farmers or very poor farmers, and they only have so many zebus, but we have some other people who are basically paid, I guess, to come and take some of these people's animals at time to time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And you understand your law enforcement and some other people's have, but that still remains a big problem here in Madagascar is zebu cattle rustlers and stuff, right? That's sort of like our old Wild Wild West when we used to have cattle rustlers, but you guys have them here now, but they're
Yeah.
using AK-47s or something, right?
Yes. Yeah. What we can say is that, yeah, when it comes to zebu rustling or zebu stealing, it used to be a it used to be part of the traditions for the people in the south of Madagascar, especially the Bara people. For them,
The what people?
Bara,
Bara people.
Bara
Okay.
people, Bara. For them, it's like it used to be like a game for the young boy to show his strength, to
Hmm.
show his manhood, his virility. Like, okay, I'm a real man. I'm gonna steal a zebu or zebus. I'm gonna steal yours. You 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 will steal mine. That's fine. It's like a kind of it was part of their tradition. Unfortunately, the situation is getting more. It's it's getting more intense now because it's more about a business. Yeah, if we talked about zebra rustlers, yeah, it used to be. a small group of 4 or 5 people sneaking into the village during the night, trying to open quietly the gate and taking the zebus. Nowadays, we are talking about 20, 30, 50 guys armed with guns, or sometimes, as you mentioned, AK-47, coming to a village and like attacking people. They wouldn't hesitate to shoot the villagers or the zebu owners and taking the zebus. Um, it's it's quite hard to eradicate. Of course, we plan to eradicate the zebra rustling, but it seems to be a very, very difficult task because if we talk about the AK-47, for example, the question is where do they get those type of automatic weapons?
Well, from what I understand, they're listening to reading some of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the cattle end up being driven out to the Mozambique Channel and loaded up on ships that head back to China.
Yeah, so that's one of the thing too. So actually, there is quite a lot of factors, a lot of parameters to be considered if we really want to eradicate the zebra rustling. Yeah, maybe this is a joke I always make. Maybe we need to change our diet because zebu is very much consumed in the country, and maybe if we stop eating zebus, maybe it may change the whole course of the story.
I don't know.
I don't know how would that be possible. Yeah, but it's
Yeah, it's
for some
amazing to
people,
me. Like,
yeah, for some people it's like a good business.
yeah,
So
it's a business and people eat it. But also amazes me what you told me about the nutrition of you have. I mean, we've been getting eggs every morning. We've been getting eggs every morning, but in Madagascar, the average number person will eat maybe 15 eggs a year
yeah,
to max.
so
And
true.
and then you've got zebus who evidently is given a lot of milk, but there's only people drink probably less than 4 liters
Yeah.
of milk per year.
Yeah, so true.
So it's like I wonder, like you say, if the diet's changed. Now you do eat chickens, of course, but just I don't know. But the number of eggs that you've got, most of the eggs what I've seen is you let them go to chicks,
Chicks, yes.
let them go to
True.
chicks, let them be
Yeah.
fertilized, and they go to chicks, and then you eat the chickens.
Yeah.
Free range chickens because they're walking around. We're seeing those, which is great.
Skinny chicken.
Well, skinny chicken, yeah, free range chicken, but it's still chicken
Yes.
to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is something that we saw. I mean, you guys are massive, being able to grow vegetables, being able to grow rice, and that was the other thing that surprised me. You told me that you grow excellent rice, and you take that rice and sell it, and make a profit on it. But then the people who are growing the rice end up buying a cheaper rice that they eat themselves.
So true. Yes.
That's hard to believe, but yeah, even with the shipping going in and out.
Yes. So it's yeah, it's unbelievable but true. So we import about 400,000 tons of rice per year. It can be more or less depending on the situation, depending on how much cyclones we have, like how much of the rice fields were destroyed by the heavy rain and the wind. But that's the policy. We select the best, and then we export the best quality so that we can make profit on them, and we buy the cheap.
It's cheaper rice for the people.
Cheaper rice.
But okay, I guess that if it works, you make a profit on it, and
Yeah.
you still have food to eat. That's great.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't seen any starvation. I haven't seen anybody, hungry. You know, everybody I've seen that really impresses me is the friendliness and the smiles on people. You know, we complain a lot in my country. There's a lot of people who complain they're unhappy. I have, I've seen a few crying children, but for the general part, everybody that I meet smiles at me. Everybody I see is smiling. You've got such a great spirit in this country to have so little for so many
We'll
people,
see.
but yet everybody is really, really happy. You know, that is something to say that you're doing the right thing with your family structure, um, raising children correctly, your commitment to family, your commitment to the villages, your commitment to your elders.
How about that little handle
Don't
right
lose
there?
that. We kind of lost our way in we call it the nuclear family, the family of a man and a woman and raising children and stuff. We've got, in my country, too many single mothers,
I'm not sure if
too
that's
many
a.
broken homes.
I'm not sure if this is a
And
handle
it's
or
leading,
want us
actually,
to lock
we
in.
know that in the Western civilization now,
Because it's.
we have a negative birth rate. I mean, we have less than 2 to 1, and in some countries it approaches 1.2, 1.3. And so unless they figure out in their society how to hold a family and a village together and elders together, just because the societies are just going to waste away and go disappear. So keep up the good work, friend. It's great. And I really appreciate the time you sit down here and kind of talk with me. I hope to come back to Madagascar. I really enjoyed my time here, and it's been great. So would you invite people to come see Madagascar?
Of course, yeah. So I think it's wow, Madagascar is a great place to visit. It's so rich in cultures, in biodiversity, as we could. So I think it's like a good mix. If you would like to see the wildlife, but if you'd like to learn about Madagascar as a country, as a nation, as people, as
don't have a
cultures,
choice.
please come.
Nobody
come
put a
visit.
rope around the edge.
Yeah, we understand that sometimes things may be challenging. The logistics may be challenging, but it's part of it. That's
The
part
roads.
Of the roads, yeah, the roads. But I think it's part of the reality and the truth. It's part of the truth in the country, and
Oh yeah, to do the photos.
so
To do the photos, man.
exactly what you've
You
just
can
said.
watch them later.
That in other countries, people start to lose this kind of, let's say, I wouldn't say bond.
Reach over
No,
the
it's-
rocks.
well, it's
Reach
cohesion,
over
it's
them. There you go.
cohesion,
And then
yes.
pull up the
People
back.
start to lose this
Yep.
cohesion.
There you go.
And,
Good job.
We are aware that the situation can be tough in Madagascar when it comes to family life.
Good job. Good job.
But at least we managed to keep
Right
You-
foot
you
there
take
now.
care of each
Yeah,
other. You take care of each other. And we've lost that in a lot of places. Don't
Good
get me
job.
wrong, it's great, a great country. I live in a great country. I love my country. But we have to figure out where we need to get a little bit better at take care of fellow Americans and fellow family members and things, and make the family structure back strong again.
Yeah.
Really do.
So,
But you've got, like I say, you may be poor in some areas, but you're much richer than we are in other areas.
Okay.
yeah, so that's why we say that we Madagascan people, we have
I see it now.
nothing,
Thank
but
you.
we have everything.
Yes, that's a good saying.
Which is very true. Maybe we have nothing to offer, but we have everything.
Oh, you
We have
do.
the
You have
smile,
so
we
much
have
to
we have the
offer.
cultures. We have. We have.
It's very
I just
easy
touched
if you
the surface
listen to
in
the
these
guy.
last 3 weeks. I mean, there's just so many things
Do
you tell me
exactly
about
the
these
right
other
foot
people
pattern.
living in the north, or living in the south.
Okay,
living
stand
on
by.
the
Gotta
coast.
move
It's a
over.
huge country. I would love to learn more about the other cultures and go see the shamans and go see these other people. And like you say, there's people here that's never seen an automobile. There's probably people in some areas that's never seen a white person. They've heard about them or saw a picture maybe, but I mean, we visited places where the children were just happy for us to take a photo of it and then show them their own photo. And that made us happy we were able to do that, and they took our hands and they walked us through villages and stuff. You have a great country. This has exceeded my expectations, so I really.
Okay, Laura. Laura, for the photo. Let me get in the shade there. There you go. Thank you. What?
Troppo pericoloso. Dangerous. Come no? Non si può andare avanti. Dove vanno loro, poveri?
We in a traffic jam?
Yeah.
No, adesso più bello. Il Colombia. La caposta.
Pretty cold down there, isn't it?
Good job, Tom.
I hope you got some good photos. Not of them, more just of the scenery.
The climbing up the Belvedere. Yes. So I just go, just move there. You can stay here. You can stay here. Yeah. Just move.
I'll get one of you there, John, stay with you.
Thank you.
Later. That's prima Belvedere.
Appreciate that, Perry. Appreciate it. No, I want you to give to me right now. Okay. Now where we're going?